Hi students, I hope you all are doing good. Stay at home, be safe. Now here in this chapter we are going to learn about, we are going to learn about some topics related to science. Class 8 Science. Here are some chapters, contents that you need to go through this session. Today, let's go through Unit 1, Measurement. You may have heard about this term. Here, introduction of physical quantity, introduction of units required, measurement of mass, weight, and time. These are the three topics. After learning this chapter, you should be able to define all these. Here I have some pictures, some commonly used instruments in our daily life. The first one, as you see, this one is a physical balance, which helps you to measure mass. This one is a measuring scale. Here the girl is trying to take her height. This one is also related to measurement of mass. Here are clocks related to measurement of time. Here also measuring scales are these, measuring tape, inch, tape, which helps us in measurement of length. So these are some commonly used instruments in our daily life. Why are these used? To find out measure of something. To get accurate or exact amount value, we need to measure it properly. So now let's go through the definition of measurement. What is measurement? It is actually the process of comparison of unknown quantity with a non-established standard quantity. Process of comparison of unknown quantity with a non-established standard quantity. Like here, in the case of this beam balance, I want to give you one example. You are going to a shop to buy some apples. If I ask you to buy 2 kilogram apples, you will tell that shopkeeper. What will he do? The shopkeeper will take a beam balance or a physical balance. There you can see two pans are there. In one pan, the shopkeeper is going to keep the weight blocks, 2 kilogram weight blocks. And you are asked to keep apples on another pan, one by one, until the pointer, here the pointer becomes straight or perpendicular to the ground. After it becomes of 2 kilogram, what will happen? You can see that it will become parallel to the ground. And if this becomes parallel to the ground, it means that both pans have 2 kilogram mass. Or in other words, if the pointer is straight, it shows straight, vertically straight, or makes 90 degree with this horizontal arm, we can say that the apples are also of 2 kilogram. Thus, he weighs 2 kilogram apples and provides you. It means here the weight blocks are non-standard quantity. Here apples are unknown quantity, which we compared with the known quantity. So weight blocks are non-well established quantity. and apples were unknown quantity. The process of comparison of that unknown quantity apples with a non-established standard quantity weights is measurement. I hope you got it. Now, why it is important? Of course, it is needed in selling and buying goods. For cooking everyday food, the amount of salt needed, the amount of water required to let it cook, etc. Similarly, for carrying out scientific experiments and research works, obtaining accurate results about physical quantities, etc., we need measurement. Now, what are physical quantities? Those quantities which can be measured directly or indirectly, which can be measured actually, they are physical quantities. Direct measurement, like mass, it is directly measured using a beam balance. Similarly, time, if I ask you time, you will go for a clock and directly you can say what is the time. And indirectly means if I ask you volume of something, a volume of a box, you will give me the formula L into B into H. That is volume of a box. It depends upon length, breadth, and height of the box. Such quantities, we call it as derived quantities, and they are measured indirectly by using formulas as they depend on others. And fundamental quantities, those which do not depend, which are independent, like mass, length, time, they do not depend on any other. So physical quantities are those which can be measured, and fundamental, that those physical quantities are divided into two types, fundamental and derived. Fundamental means those do not depend upon other quantities or which are independent, and derived means those depend upon other quantities, area, volume, velocity, acceleration, etc. Now next one, units. What is a unit? A unit is a standard quantity in terms of which other physical quantities, of course of the same type, can be measured. To measure a quantity, we need a particular unit. For example, length, it is measured in meter, centimeter, kilometer, etc. Similarly, mass, it is measured in kilogram, gram, milligram, centigram, quintal, ton, etc. So they have particular units. And units along with the numerical value will give you a proper definition of a physical quantity. That is written in note here. You can see a pure numerical value in physics is meaningless because it do not give us a complete meaning. So a physical quantity is written with numerical value along with its unit. For example, if I tell you 5, you will say 5 is simply a number. It do not recognize, you can't recognize what is 5 there. It did not give you any particular meaning. But if I tell you 5 meter, you will say it is length, measurement of length. Similarly, if I say 5 kilogram, you will say it is the measurement of mass of something. So a physical quantity needs to be represented by numerical value along with its unit. So unit is very important part. While doing problems also, after solving problems, while writing answers, you need to write proper unit if it has. Now these units also can be divided into two, like quantities, fundamental units and derived units. Fundamental units, the independent units which do not depend on other units. Or we can say units of fundamental quantities. They are fundamental units. Like unit of length, meter, it is a fundamental unit. Kilogram, it is a fundamental unit. Second, Kelvin, ampere, candela, mole, etc. These all are fundamental units because they do not depend upon other units. Now, derived units are those units which depend upon other units, or simply saying units of derived quantities are called derived units. Examples, meter square, that is the unit of area. Meter per second, unit of velocity. Meter per second square, unit of acceleration. Newton, Pascal, Joule, etc. These all are derived units as they can be derived or obtained from any other units, or they depend upon other units. Now here I have given separately what fundamental quantities. Altogether 7 fundamental quantities are there in our system of units. Altogether 7 fundamental quantities are there. And these are fundamental units. And here symbols are given. Length, mass, time, temperature, luminous intensity, current, amount of substance. Their respective units, meter, kilogram, second, Kelvin, candela, ampere, mole. Remember, while writing symbols, you need to be like capital letters, where are they required? Small letters, where are they required? You need to pay more attention there. Now let's move on to derived quantities, derived units. As derived quantities are those which depend upon other quantities, so number of derived quantities are there, but here I have written altogether 10. You can learn some examples. Area, volume, speed, velocity, speed or velocity, both are similar. Acceleration, force, work or energy, power, pressure, density, frequency, etc. Here I have given related formulas, how they are found out. And name of units. Area, it is measured in square meter, symbol is meter square. Now basic units involved, or the units in which this depend upon, is meter into meter. This meter stands for length and this meter stands for breadth. Similarly, volume, meter into meter into meter. Velocity, meter per second, distance by time, meter per second. Acceleration, meter per second square. Newton, force, unit of force, and this Newton is m into g. M is mass, g is acceleration due to gravity. So m mass, kilogram into meter per second square, etc., etc. You can go through this to understand what are derived units. You need to learn what are the basic units involved or how they can be derived simply by learning their respective formulas. Here I have solved one problem that will clarify what is a derived unit. Here what is the problem is, how can you prove that watt is a derived unit? Watt is a derived unit. What is watt? It is the unit of power. Now what is the formula used to find out power? And this power, is it a fundamental quantity or a derived quantity? Yes, power is a derived quantity. How it is derived? By using the formula W by T, rate of doing work. W by T. Now what is W? Force into displacement. So F into S by T. What is force? M into G. M into G into S by T. Therefore, now put the related units. Power's unit is watt, capital W, is equal to mass is kilogram, G, that is acceleration, meter per second square, S, distance, meter, time T, second. That is watt is equal to kilogram meter square per second cube, or this watt depends upon kilogram, depends upon meter square, also depends upon second cube. So this watt is a derived unit. I hope you have understood why watt is called as a derived unit. Now, system of units. Some commonly used systems for measurements are as follows given here, like British system, FPS system. Why it was called as FPS system? Because their length was measured in foot, mass in pound, and time in second. See, then came CGS system. It is a French system. Centimeter, gram, second. Then later on, metric system or MKS system came into existence. MKS, it stands for meter, kilogram, and second. A little bit modified form of metric system that is called System International Day Units or SI system, fourth one. And nowadays we are following this fourth system of unit. Modified form, that is metric system. In metric system, 3 quantities were considered as fundamental quantities. But in SI system, 7 fundamental quantities are there. As we saw in previous slide, 7 fundamental quantities are there. So it is also called as a modified form of metric system. Now here some questions I have included as exercise. Write the importance of measurement, differentiate fundamental and derived units. Show that N stands for Newton. It is a derived unit. Write down the 7 fundamental quantities with their respective units. I hope you have taken down this and you can solve these problems. We'll see you very soon in part 2. Thank you so much.